Welcome to my first Fundamentals 2 HIIT 3 workout. What a HIIT 3 workout is it's a high intensity interval training workout made up of only 3 exercises. There's going to be a lower body movement, there's going to be some sort of a challenging push-up variation, and there's going to be some sort of a pull-up movement. For the pull-up movement, yes, you will ideally need some sort of either chin-up or ring setup. Today, it's going to be a horizontal pull, so ideally you have some sort of a ring setup that you can use. If you do not, when I'm doing the pull-up variation, what I want you to do, you can still do this workout, even if you don't have the pull-up. Instead, your exercise or your movement is going to be to go up to the wall, and you're going to sit down into the squat, wall squat position, shoulders down and back, core drawn in, and place your arms, press them with this part of your fist pushing into the wall. And you're going to hold that isometric position, pressing into the wall as hard as you can for 10 seconds. If I'm still doing the pull-ups, which I will because we're doing 30 reps, 30 rep variation, what you're going to do is you can throw in whatever variation of burpee you feel comfortable. So you can do, let's say that's the variation of the burpee you feel comfortable. Do 3 of those, and then go right back up to the wall into the posture hold for 10 seconds. And you're alternating for that as long as I'm doing the pull-up movement. Make sense? The other interesting thing about this HIIT 3 workout, I'm trying to make it progressive week after week. So every week, the exercises get just a little bit harder. And what I'm going to challenge you to do is to do somewhere between 2 to 4 sets of the 3 exercise circuit. And the very last set, whichever you choose to do, if you're doing 2, 3, or 4, you're timing yourself. And you're trying to do it as quickly through as possible with good form, of course. Every single week, even though I'm going to give you a brand new set of exercises, on the very last series, I'm going to get you to return back to the previous week's exercises so you can see if you can beat last week's score. If that makes sense. You can always kind of push yourself and progress a little bit harder. Okay? So I'll explain that in further weeks, so hopefully it'll make sense. Let's get started into our dynamic stretches and our dynamic warm-up. So just a nice easy jog on the spot. Remember, if you find that I'm not giving you enough warm-up, please take a look at my other active warm-up videos. There's a Fundamentals 2 active warm-up, and you might want to do that before this workout. On an imaginary line, little hops back and forth, little skier jumps, back and forth. Make sure the knees aren't collapsing as we do this. Strong through the ankles. Good. Core still drawn in tight. And then turn and go forward and backwards over top of that line. Now if you're curious, feel free to check out the advanced version of this workout. I'm going to have, for every HIIT workout, HIIT 3 workout, I'm going to have an advanced Fundamentals 2 and Fundamentals 1 version. And just take that to a little step forward, right foot lead, back and forth over top of that line, switch left foot lead, as fast or as slow as you feel comfortable in this warm-up. And relax. And what I would like you to do is to step into a back lunge, going as low as you feel comfortable, making sure that front knee is tracking. The point of this back lunge is to get a stretch into that back hip. So as you reach the back leg, I want you to throw in a little stretch. So we'll pause there at the bottom and then add the arm in just so you can catch up to the balance. Good. Hips stay relatively square, front knee in line with the hip. 2 more. Last one. And switch into a dynamic glute stretch. So if you find with this dynamic glute stretch, balance is too much of an issue, and you're unable to feel the stretch because you're working so hard on establishing balance, you can use a pole, and you can either alternate or repeat all on one side. Where I want you feeling the stretch is down and through the glute area. 2 more. Last one. And switch sides. Or if you can alternate. Just make sure you end up with approximately an even number on each side. And take it into an inchworm. So in a push-up position, walk your feet up as far as they can go. Push it up the heels to your hands. Drop the heels back. Drop that down. All the way down to your chest. Slide down this forward. Lift up. Get a little bit of a stretch to the tummy. Back down. Push up. Heels drop back. Hold. All the way back down. Lift up. Almost done the warm-up. One more time. Inchworm. Drop the heels. And then slowly walk back up. Roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Couple shoulder rolls back. And we're going to get started. So 30 repetitions is the goal. We're going to do 15 side of little baby lunge jumps. So if you find that you can tolerate full depth and get your back knee right to the ground, please feel free to do so, but keep your hips nice and square. And what you're going to do, just little tiny jumps. 3, 4. If that's too easy, feel free to go a little bit higher. But the main thing is that the body tracks perfectly. Hips are square, knees not collapsing in. Aiming for 15. Switch sides. Other foot goes in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep it going. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Into fingertip push-ups from the knees. So your fingertip push-up, I want you to come forward to the knees, shoulders down and back, and you're dropping as deep down as you feel comfortable. If you can get that chest right to the ground, great. And we're aiming for 15 of those. 5 to go. If you want to try that from your toes, go ahead. But I didn't tell you, we're going to go for another 15 regular push-ups, your choice, from the knees or from the toes. So again, we've got a total of 30 repetitions. Your choice, knees or toes, as deep as you feel comfortable with good form, back nice and flat. Don't lead with the head. 5 to go. Last one. Okay, over to your pull-up position, or you're up to the wall doing your posture movement with the burpees in between you can. So, what I would like you to do for your pull-up movement, you're going to set the rings up so that when you put your feet on the ground and you bridge your hips up and set those shoulders, you're in a nice 90-degree position. When you pull up, you see outside, I just adjusted my body there. I'm pulling up so that my chest comes right to the bar. Now, goal is 30 repetitions. There, we've done 10. Assess. Do you think you can get another 20 out of that? If you feel your neck at all, or you find that there's no way you'll be able to get a full 30 repetitions with that variation, then what you do, you come up to a standing position, and you're going to finish up your set in this position. I've shortened up the lever, so it's going to be a little bit easier. For most of you, this is the position you're going to want to be in order to achieve 30 reps. There's another 10. So if then I'm fading even more, then what I do is I walk back even just a little bit further, so I'm standing a little bit taller, less of my body weight on those rings, so I can complete those 30 repetitions. You see how I did that? So I keep on walking up a little bit taller, so I'm closer to standing. Whatever you need to do in order to complete 30 repetitions without hurting your neck and maintaining good form. So there's your set. Now, what's going to happen is I want you to repeat that set as many times as you can, maximum 4 sets. And on that last set, whichever one that is, we're going to time ourselves. I will do that with you right now. So if you're going to do more than just 2 sets, then I want you to repeat those sets on your own, and then come back and do this final set with me, and we're going to do it to time. And I'm going to push you through to see how quickly we can do it. Okay? Good job. So get your stopwatch out. While you're trying to do this as quickly as possible, most important is form. So you're pushing yourself to your limit, but only if you can maintain good form. So we're going to start with jumping lunges. Try to start with the opposite lead leg first, and here we go. Time starting. Our goal is to get through all 3 of these movements as quickly as possible, and then to beat that next week. Make sure your hips stay nice and square. 5 to go. 1. Higher if you're finding this too easy. A little lower if you're finding it too challenging. And switch sides. 15 on the opposite side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 to go. Keep pushing, keep pushing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fingertip push-ups from the knees. So right on those fingertips, getting the strength in those wrists and fingers working. Deeper you go, the more challenging it is. Try to find the challenge that's appropriate for you. Drawing the belly button in tight. There's 10. 1, 2, 3. So you remember what happened at 15? We're still aiming to do 30 push-ups total. Now you can choose, you've got 15 more to go, whatever variation you want. If you want to do some more from your fingertips, you can do that. Or you can go into full push-ups. Or if you're fading, go down to push-ups from the knees. Aiming for as deep range as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Without stopping, right into your incline pull-ups. So we're doing that first 15. We're aiming for your in a horizontal pull, shoulders down and back, pulling up, pushing through my hips. 4, 5, 6. Keep it going. 7, 8. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Don't lead with the head. Almost there. We're at 15. Now 15. Decide you've got another 15 to go. You need to modify and change your movement in order to keep good form. So if you need to, you can stand up. Higher is a little bit easier. Down low, a little bit harder. So go whatever level you feel comfortable with in order to get your 15. Keep it going. 2, 3, 4, 4 to go. 2, 3, last one. 4, check the time. And it took 3 minutes and 2 seconds for me to get through that set. So that'll be your goal for the following week when we go through a new series of HIIT 3 exercises. But your last set, I'm going to ask you to return to the previous weeks, those 3 that we just did, to see if you've gotten any improvement. Okay, so let's go into a little bit of a cool down. So if you have a pole nearby, what I want you to do is place your arm 90 degrees against that pole or doorway. Wall will work okay, or corner will work okay. We need to get a nice stretch in through our chest as that heart rate drops. So make sure your back isn't overly arched, your shoulders are square, so you don't want to be tilted off to the side. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching over to the other side. And push. Pushing into that wall, getting a nice chest stretch. If you need a little bit more direction on how to do this, this is in my upper body stretch video. Feel free to check that out. A nice stretch in through the chest. And all those push-ups that we did. And hold 5. give yourself a little bit more push than you can. And what I really want you to do is to push forward in with this hip flexor. So we're getting a nice stretch into that hip flexor. So first we're kind of angling the hip down and forward. I'm twisting a little bit in my upper body as well. Just drop that hip a little bit more. And then I'm going to raise up. So I'm trying to keep my hips in the same position. And I raise up, pulling the belly button in. And I get a different stretch. Maybe slightly increased or maybe just slightly different. Still into that hip flexor. I choose to have my toes tucked under. I just find it increases the stretch. And I get a little passive stretch in the bottom of my foot as well. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lay your chest right down on that front thigh. And what I want you to do is to lift your back knee up, bring it backwards about 2 inches. Keep your chest in contact with that front thigh and slide your bum back. Try to make sure your hips are square. As you pull this toe out and keep that chest down, feel a really nice pull down the back of your hamstring. And hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come to the inside of your leg. Let's switch other leg forward. So first we go into that good hip flexor stretch with the fingertips down. I'm really driving my left hip forward. For some of you, if you are really tight in your hamstring, you might feel a little bit in the front foot as well. And if you're finding you don't feel much of a stretch, what you probably need to do is lift that back knee and bring it back further. I'm in a good position, so I don't need to change that. But your decision on whether or not you change it is if you can't feel a stretch in through here, slide that back knee back a little bit. Okay? And now let's manipulate here, come up a little bit higher. I'm still trying to keep that good neutral spine, pushing my hips forward, belly button pulled in tight. And again, good stretch through here. Trying to keep this open, so I'm pushing back, keeping a little space here so I'm not pressing in through this spot, breathing through here in my front hip. And hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring your chest onto your thigh. Lift your back knee, bring it back a couple of inches. Keep your chest in contact with that front leg. Shift your hips back. Pull that toe towards your face. And get a really good deep stretch in that hamstring. Lift the back of the front leg here. And hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And shift in. Last stretch I'll leave you with. And that is to cross one foot over top of the other leg. Hug that knee in towards the opposite shoulder, lifting it nice and tall, and where we're feeling the stretch is right into here. If you want to add on, feel free to add a little bit of a twist, and looking over your back shoulder. If you grab it to stretch into the glute, then stay here. So it kind of depends on what your body's craving. So if you need to stretch in through here, just stay right here. If you want to get more of an upper body twist, then turn back and over your back shoulder. You can consider crossing this elbow over. Switch over to the other side. Up tall, spine tall. Bring that arm cradling around that knee. Knee to the opposite shoulder, lifting up tall. Getting a nice pull in through the left hip. And then if you're ready, feel free to change that where you're spinning the left hand back, crossing the right hand across the knee, and I'm using that knee as a leverage to help me twist that